Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that had a huge impact on both my personal life as a college athlete and what we've studied so far in COM 324, nonverbal communication. More specifically, I explored how body language, facial expressions, and my physical reflections influenced my overall performance, team dynamics, and leadership in a competitive setting. The topic that I did study was nonverbal communication in sports and how that has a big impact on the areas I just covered. Why I chose this topic, obviously, as someone who played sports my whole life and as somebody who plays basketball at Southern Oregon University, I found it as an area in communication that I cover on a very day-to-day basis. Looking more in depth with the whistle and the coach's words and influence of other athletes at the same time. I've chose this topic because I see these moments on a day-to-day basis and cues of speak that really impact me and I believe to have an impact on the output an athlete has. I usually see these moments very, very frequently, day-to-day basis practices, lifting, open gyms, and just getting work in. And I just wanted to understand them on a deeper impact, on a different psychological field, and an overall larger communication standpoint. What I found in my research, my very first thing that I uncovered that I found very important was how body language can be an overall greater performance enhancer for athletes. Uh, One source I found was from the research of Science People, and it shows how athletes who adopt positive postures before games often perform better. They often feel more confident. They appear more dominant to their opponents and even possibly the referees, which can get that athlete a more favorable experience just because of that. I also learned about very specific nonverbal cues and how they play critical roles in coordination on the basketball court or the field or wherever the athlete is, especially in fast-paced sports like basketball and soccer, who words aren't always as important. Certain things like a glance or hand signals or head nods can just be the overall difference of scoring or turning the ball over or just communicating overall. But it's always not just about the players. For me, a coach's body language always has a powerful message. One study I found was from Beyond Pulse, and it found that a coach's facial expression and posture can either motivate or discourage young athletes. Specifically in high stakes situations or even intense negative body language, like a coach's pacing on the sidelines, can just disrupt the play of a certain athlete, whether they feel as they're being looked down upon or doing something wrong, which can negatively enhance their play. A few lessons that had stuck with me through my research, one of the biggest lessons being that not all negative body language can be bad for an athlete or for a coach. Sometimes showing frustration or just serious nonverbal nervousness can inspire a team or raise their game, as it's a key emotion and intelligence. Knowing this and just knowing how to express it at the right time can increase intensity and just overall urge of a player. Yet, for me, on the flip side of this, for younger athletes, sometimes overly intense body language can crush the confidence of an athlete, which is why positive and supportive gestures like, nodding, smiling, clapping are crucial in youth sports as it creates an overall safe environment where kids can feel encouraged and grow from that, which in young athletes is a very, very important thing because if you set them up for success when they're young, they're more likely to stay in sports and not quit sports, which is very key in putting more student athletes out in the world. Another very surprising insight that I found was just the connection between body language and injury recovery. just an overall trainer's posture and our teammates' thumbs up can give an injured athlete an emotional push they need to stay mentally engaged during their rehab, or whether they were injured right away. And just, being happy and putting them in a great mindset can really, really help them ease that pain and just ease into their recovery. For me, when connecting my research into the classroom and into certain real world connections, I found out that my topic displayed our classroom through kinesis and overall nonverbal immediacy behaviors. Things like posture, gestures, and eye contact. These are central to how relationships can be built and maintained on and off the floor and on and off the field, wherever you're situated. In some situations, the cultural awareness is also very important. Nonverbal communication isn't always universal, but for example, sometimes avoiding eye contact may mean respect in one's culture, or can be very distinct in another. Understanding these key differences, can improve team chemistry and help avoid misinterpretations and things that many different athletes might have with one another. Looking into the future and just some things about the past, as our technology has evolved, some teams are now analyzing body language through film, not just to improve plays, but to assess composure and mental toughness as the season progresses or as you grow older in your sport. My overall final thoughts were that in the end of this, I learned that body language is a very, very key leadership tool and can help you whether or not you want to be a team captain or just be a great player. It can help with how you carry yourself and how you affect your teammates, and overall just how it influences morale, motivation, and trust. Whether it's just a smile or keeping your head up after a tough play, continuously keeping steady posture before big moments. Nonverbal communication shapes how a team performs and grows. Overall, as I continue to grow as an athlete and as a leader, I will be more intentional on how I communicate without words. This project helped me see that being a good teammate isn't just about stats or just about skills. It's about the presence, awareness, and just showing up with a purpose for yourself, for your coaches, for the youth, and just for your team. Thank you.